Okay, so the first thing you'd like to do is make sure you have a clean canvas to work with. Once the canvas is clean, then the products will apply much evenly and much better. So now what we did is we waxed our eyebrows to make sure it's nice and neat and there's no additional hairs hanging around. And what we're getting ready to do is basically fill in the areas that you can see here that has a slight gap in there. We'll fill it in so it's uniform from the center of her nose all the way to the side of her temple. Alright, so now you can use a brown pencil or a black pencil, depends on the complexion of the client or the shade of their hair. You want to make sure everything is simultaneous. You don't want them to have red hair and then have orange eyebrows. So we want to make sure that the black eyebrows you see matches and contrasts along with her hair, okay? So now we have the black eyebrow pencil. We're just basically going to fill in the spaces in between the brow. You never want to have your brows too thin because then it's a little bit unnatural. The fuller the brow, the more natural the appearance of the client. You want to keep yourself looking as natural as possible so that you don't appear to be someone that you're not. So you fill it out all the way around to the corner of the eyes. If you can see, there's a slight angle from the tip where you should be ending. And you don't want to press too hard with the pencil because you want to give that nice greased look. So you can still see the hair, but allow the eyebrows to look nice and full. So, what do you think about that so far? Can you see the difference between one eye versus the next? You can see how nicely that's filled in on the left as compared to the right where we haven't worked along with yet. So we're going to continue with the same side. That way you can tell the full product in comparison to where she was when she first walked in the door. So we want to make sure your client is very happy when they walk out, okay? Alright, so now that we've done that, what we're going to do next is just take a mascara brush and we're going to just blend the pencil in with the eyebrow pencil color. So again, it gives that nice, as in the art world, that nice look, blending effect on the face. So what we're going to do next is we're going to take a combination of light colored concealer and we are going to fill in underneath the eyebrow edge so that it's going to really come to life. So you're getting ready to see some magic appear here. As soon as I can find my brush. Okay, we're going to have some really nice magic appear here in just a moment. One of the things you want to make sure that you do is make sure that your product is always clean in between clients because of safety reasons and making sure that there are no mishandling of products onto the client's skin because they may have an allergic reaction to something and you want to make sure you're taking the proper precautions. Alright, so now that we've done that, let's go ahead and create some magic. So basically we're just using a standard NYX product. Okay, a little bit cream based, much lighter. But I'm going to blend it in with another darker shade of concealer. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit of the two, blend them together. And all we're going to do is start from the inside of the nose area, hold the skin taut, and just take the eyebrow shape all the way underneath where you've penciled in. Of course, you have to have a nice steady hand to be able to do that, but it all works out. And then we're going to do the same on the top all the way across. Now I know you can see the magic that's appearing. You blend it in as best as you can all the way around, taking it all the way to the corner of the eyes. Voila! Now after you've done that, you want to just slightly take it on the inside, just between right above the nose. You don't want to square it off too much because again it loses that natural effect. So you just take enough just to blend in just before where the eyebrow begins at the center of the face. Okay? So now that you've done that, you just slightly blend it into the skin because the client is still going to have to utilize some foundation and concealer over areas on the face of their preference. But as you blend this in, this prepares the face, your canvas, to continue to apply your entire makeup products to the entire face so that you can be ready for a wonderful night out on the town. What do you think? There we have it. So just for a little final touch, what we're going to do is take that mascara wand and again just gently blend it in, just in case there are any concealer just below the hairline of the eyebrows. It will be nicely blended in. And so see, she's ready for a night out in the town. What you can also do now is take a wider angle brush and continue to blend it in just a tad bit more on her face. And again, remember, safety first. So you want to make sure you clean your products before using on the client. Use a little bit of the concealer to make sure that it's not too much contrast on her face, that it blends nicely with her skin. You could take it a little bit higher on the hairline, a little bit higher right above the eye area, because you also too have to prepare the eyes for application of eyeshadow. So this gives it a nice base in preparation for that. Now if the client also has dark circles, you want to put a little tad bit underneath the eyes. Sometimes that's hereditary. When there's a more orange-based undertone, it helps to blend in that dark circle that normally appears under their eyes. Now, take a look at the difference in both eyes. Let me just blend this in just a tad bit more. I'm going to ask her to relax her eyes for me. There you go. Beautiful. Where we waxed her, it showed a little bit of red appearance on her face, and that's just because the skin was engaged in the waxing process. It doesn't mean she's allergic to anything. It just activated the blood flow circulation. And once the skin calms down, which normally you can do that with a cryo globe or a little bit of ice application, and it will calm down the inflammation in the skin, and she's back to normal. So take a look at both eyes and tell me if you can tell the difference. See how wonderfully shaped her left eye is in comparison to the right? And now she has a nice, clean look. And this is your first lesson 101 in how to apply and contour a wonderfully shaped eyebrow. Thank you for joining us. This is Donna with Complete Essence Massage. Have a wonderful afternoon.